Hello, hello. Ah! We're gonna go see if we can hear. Doing a sound check real quick. Doing a little sound check, my channel. This technology ain't easy to. Doing a sound check real quick. Alright, we got sound, hell yeah. Doing a little sound check. Turns out the key to solving the sound problem is restarting your computer. Alright, I'm gonna do what I came here to do. That is reading from the Dead Sea Scrolls. This is just a little good, nice story. Just a little good, nice story. Holy shit. This book is full of crazy stuff. It's full of crazy stuff. The Dead Sea Scrolls. This is the Penguin Classics, translated by Giza Vermes. V-R-M-E-S. G-E-Z-A. Giza. Could be Giza. Could be Giza. Could be, I don't know. I don't know where that originates from. Good lord. So the Dead Sea Scrolls, songs for the Holocaust of the Sabbath. I'm not going to read that, but it's interesting. It's interesting to see that here. Lamentations. I will meditate over thy wonders. Non-canonical psalms. Okay, I might read a few of these first because these look great. Here are some non-canonical psalms, and then later we're going to get to the Seductress. I won't go long. I won't go on too long because it's almost 1 a.m. But I'm up, and I know somebody else is up. So. 1 second. We're going. I'm gonna play some, I don't know, some rain song in the background. Some Tibetan bowls. Tibetan singing bowls. F note. F sharp. Heart chakra. Alright. We're up. We're animate. This is JD's Pharmacopoeia. Welcome, cosmopolitans, citizens of the universe. Here are some non-canonical psalms, which you know they don't want you to know, so get ready to know. I guess this is the introduction by Giza. There are 2 poorly preserved manuscripts, the first consisting of 7, and the second... Damn, my light fell down. Does it really matter? Probably not. I'm working not in the best conditions over here. A lot better than most, but not much better than the best. Or the most mediocre. Tiny little tables. Alright, hopefully you can hear me alright. Here's some non-canonical psalms. Let me read the introduction again. Two poorly preserved manuscripts, the first consisting of 7 and the second of 110 fragments, contain apocryphal Hebrew religious poetry resembling biblical psalms, more than the Hodayot from Qumran, which is some other scrolls. Some of them reuse and combine canonical psalms. Not one single line has survived intact, and only a few of these largely mediocre poems can be translated. Their editor, Eileen Schuler, assigns the collection to the Persian Hellenistic era and considers it to be a pre-sectarian composition. Paleographically, I gotta see. Paleographically, the manuscript is dated to the first half of the 1st century BCE. So 50 BCE, before the Common Era. No historical allusions are included. Like many of the biblical psalms, poems, I don't know what people are calling them. What are they calling them? These psalms and poems. These poems bore titles, 3 of which have been preserved. I'm just going to interchange them the whole time. Psalm of Manasseh, king of Judah, when the king of Assyria imprisoned him. The attributions are no doubt pseudepigraphic. Whether Obadiah is the minor prophet or the court official mentioned in Kings 18:3 cannot be decided. Not quite sure what all that means, but I guess it just means these manuscripts are not comprehensive or complete, and they are probably not perfectly translated, and they also come from the Persian Hellenistic era, aka pre-sectarian composition. Jerusalem, that is the city chosen by the Lord for everlasting to everlasting, the holy ones. For the name of the Lord is called on her, and his glory is seen on Jerusalem and Zion. Who will utter the name of the Lord, and who makes all his praises heard? The Lord remembered him in his favor and visited him. He visited him that he might show him the prosperity of his chosen ones, making him rejoice in the gladness of his nation. And he who made for you a man who, missing text, for he is the one whose words they kept, which are for all the sons of Israel. Missing text. Your hand will not save you, for the strength of your God does good. And those filled with wicked hatred, how long will you delight to do evil? Psalm of Obadiah. God, truth is in it, and his loving kindness. That was the first one listed. 4Q380. Let's see. There's not that many. I'm gonna look for the most complete one. He's right about in the introduction. They're not very complete. Alright, well, here's a short one. In the net which they have concealed, I will sing to. I will meditate over thy wonders. For to before thee, thou dost save me and lift me up from the tents of death before all its ways to come in a holy place. Selah. Prayer of King Judah, hear, O my God. I will recount before those who fear thee, Who can understand thy thoughts? For my oppressors have increased before thee. Thou hast known them, and thou hast subdued the enemies of my soul before thine eyes. For I live, and thou shalt not conceal my iniquity to those with understanding. Thou shalt slay them, thy enemies, O God of my salvation. The days of my existence are treasured up. That's a good line. I might tattoo that on my chest. What can a man say but, here I am? Oh, how dost thou deliver to the sword those who wait for me? Those who say, missing text, on the day of wrath. They have woven a crown for my head, for the glory is a splendid pillar from the book of life. Those who frighten me will be cut off. That's crazy. Excuse me. I don't know why I'm sneezing so much. God bless me. And my enemies will finish a song and thanksgiving. Rise above the heavens, O Lord, and my God, and let us glory in thy might, for thy wonders are inscrutable. Thou shalt place me, and thy chastisement will be my joy, everlasting, and to extol thee. For my sins have become too many for me. But thou, my God, thou shalt send thy spirit and thy mercy to the son of thy handmaid, and thy loving kindness to the servant who is near thee. I will exult and rejoice in thee before those who fear thee. For thou shalt judge thy servants in thy righteousness, and according to thy loving kindness, to save thee. Selah. Prayer of Manasseh, king of Judah, when the king of Assyria gaoled him. I don't know, I've never seen that word before in my life. Gaoled. Gaoled. Excuse me. My nose is running from that sneeze. My God, my salvation is near in thine eyes. I wait for thy delivering presence, and I feel faint before thee because of my sin. For thou hast enlarged thy mercies, and I have multiplied guilt. And thus from eternal joy, and my soul shall not see goodness. He has lifted me up on high, above a nation. And I remember thee in thy place of holiness. I did not serve thee. I will make understood. I fear thee, and will cleanse myself of abominations known in me. I give my soul to be humbled before thee. They have multiplied sin, and they plot against me to imprison me. But I have trusted thee, and do not judge me, my God. Those who conspire against me, let loose their lying tongue. Alright, that's just a little preamble. I'm going to read the Seductress, but that was some non-canonical gospel or psalms, which I only just discovered recently. Where is this Seductress? Let me go to the table of contents real quick. Excuse me. It's around here. I heard a weird noise. I'm totally streaming. Streaming Topolsky. Where is it? I'm looking for the Seductress. I saw it in here earlier. I lost it. I might have imagined it. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to go blow my nose, y'all. What's good? The sapiential work and the wisdom literature. Hold up. I'm gonna find it. Face. Bless my soul. That one looks good. 444. Alright, there it is. 417 and 444. That's where we're going. 417. Bookmark that. 444. Oop, pass it. Way past. The two ways. God, every time I turn a page, I'm like, I gotta read that. I'll be right back. I'm gonna blow my nose. One second, y'all. Gotta take my plant medicine. Sweet baby. Jesus. Not starting yet. If anybody sees this that knows how to is like a master of computers and can get, a live stream of like a FaceTime or a Skype call or whatever together. Somebody send me a manual on how to synchronize my computer and my camera and my microphone and third-party calls all together, because I don't know how to do it. I want people to be able to call in and join. FaceTime, phone call, whatever, live comments. I want it all there. Oh shit, there's somebody in the chat. Alright, if you're there, if you're real, if you're not a fake internet person, say something in the chat that proves you're a human. I'm reading a good night story. I've already done one preamble. You can go back and see the previous preamble, or we can go forward, and we're doing two preambles. First, I did some non-canonical psalms, poems. Nobody knows how it's pronounced. Now I'm going to read this piece of ancient, esoteric Christian literature, Gnostic, Marciones. I'm not sure which sect of Gnostics it was, but this is the Dead Sea Scrolls, so that should tell you everything you need to know. This one is called Bless My Soul. It's from Cave 4, which yielded 5 manuscripts, which is a poetic composition designated by the opening words, gotta be Hebrew, Barki Nafshi, or bless my soul. It went something like this. My boy. That's not how it started. Sorry, I had to answer this text. My friend is asking me for the live stream so he can come on. So gotta send it to him. But we're about to read Bless My Soul. And if you got any thoughts, if you're just what do they call them when you're just watching? If you're just voyeuring right now, that's cool. Thanks for joining. But if you got thoughts you want to share, some words, tap in with your little fingers on the keyboard, say what's up. Okay. The Seductress, what a name for a piece of esoteric. Is it Renaissance or Renaissance era literature? I mean, depends on who you're talking to when the Renaissance started. If you're asking me, the Renaissance that the English people know, like the Western Renaissance, the First Great Awakening, the Second Great Awakening, the Rosicrucian Revolution, basically Galileo and forward, all they're doing is stealing shit from more ancient people. I don't know if they're stealing it, they're borrowing it, they're taking it, they're finally understanding it, but they're also under oppression, so they can't openly speak about it. So I don't know. It's like a really crazy history. Nobody really knows what happens. There's a lot of narratives out there. If you get down to their journals and what they said, these guys took stuff from more ancient people, what we consider Jesus Christ, the Abrahamic origin of the Abrahamic faith. They are not that ancient. They're pretty fucking young, The pyramids were built 5,000 BC, 4,000 BC, so they say. But the Egyptian dynasty, the pre-dynastic period goes back it's I don't know a number, but it's older than our civilization currently is. And they say Cleopatra is closer to Obama than she is to the construction of the Sphinx or something. And what I'm saying is that history is way old. Human history is way old. And it's older than what the Abrahamic faith wants you to think, and it's older than what these archaeologists and these scientists want you to think. Human civilization, consciousness, intelligent beings didn't come onto the planet a mere 5,000 years ago. They've been here for a very long time, and many of the same stories that have been told in our mythologies have been rinsed and repeated and recycled, refabricated, taken out of context and reiterated, shuffled around countless times to get to where they are now in their some people might call it a highly evolved form, some people might call it its most, linguistically developed form. I don't know. It is its current form, the modern form. And so that's what we have here, really, with the Dead Sea Scrolls and the Abrahamic traditions, Judaism, Christianity, Islam. Here's Bless My Soul, one of the most newest revelations in this cosmic history, which is our history, our story. From Cave 4, it goes, "Bless my soul, the Lord, for all his marvels forever, and may his name be blessed. For he has delivered the soul of the poor, and has not despised the humble, and has not forgotten the misery of the deprived. He has opened his eyes towards the distressed. He has heard the cry of the fatherless, and has turned his ears toward their crying. He has been gracious to the humble, by his great kindness, and has opened their eyes to see his ways, and their ears to hear his teaching. He has circumcised the foreskin of their heart. That sounds painful and lethal. And has delivered them because of his kindness. I suppose it's an allegory or a metaphor or a simile. I'm not sure the syntax. He has not forsaken them. For his kindness. He has delivered them because of his kindness, and has directed their feet towards the way. He has not forsaken them amid the multitude of their misery. Neither has he handed over to the violent. Neither has he handed them over to the violent. Nor has he judged them together with the wicked. He has not directed his anger against them. Neither did he annihilate them in his wrath. Well, they're really going on about the blessed, or the poor, and the humble, and the deprived, and the distressed, and the fatherless. That's what this is about. The fatherless, the distressed, the deprived, the humble, the poor, the blessed. And now he's describing them. While all his furious wrath was not growing weary, he has not judged them in the fire of his ardor. He has not judged them in the fire of his ardor. I don't know, French word probably. But he has judged them in the greatness of his mercy. The judgments of his eyes were to try them, and he has brought his many mercies among the nations. And from the hand of men he has delivered them. He has not judged them amid the mass of nations, and in the midst of the peoples he has not judged them. But he hid them in his missing text. He has turned darkness into light before them, and crooked places into level ground. He has revealed to them abundance of peace and truth. Amen, bro. There comes a point in your life when you realize peace and truth are real things, and we need them. And then that's all you want. And amen to peace and truth. He has made their spirit by measure, and has established their words by weight. Okay. And has caused them to sing like flutes. He has given them a perfect heart, and they have walked in the way of his heart. He has also cured them to draw near to the way of his heart, for they have pledged their spirit. He sent and covered them and commanded that no plague should affect them. Fellow, you know, those of us who are not being affected by the plague, I think I don't even have to say any more about that. You know about the plagues and those who are affected and those who are not. It's tragedy, honestly, but apparently it has been foretold. His angel fixed his cramp around them. He guarded them lest the enemy destroy them. That is a cool one. It goes on for a few more pages, but I came here to read something else. So that's what we're going to do. Maybe one day we'll go back to that. I don't know. We'll see. So, again, here we are, starting over. Holy shit, there's 3 people watching. What's up, guys? Somebody say something. If nobody says anything in the chat, I'm just going to assume y'all are Chinese bots. And you're like one of those Korean kids with a wall full of iPhones, like talking to all of them at once. You have to go through the Turing tests in the fucking chat and tell me if you're a human being or not. Okay. Does it work? I already got on one time and talked for like 30 minutes before I realized the sound didn't work. So I had to plug it back in, turn it off, restart it. That's how you fix all the problems. Alright. The Seductress. This, and then we're out. Introduction from Giza. A long and relatively well-preserved wisdom poem from Cave 4 depicts by means of the metaphor of the harlot the dangers and attraction of false doctrine. Paleographically, the text is dated to the 1st century BCE, but the work may be much older. Possibly antedating the Qumran. So the seductress speaks vanity and errors. She is ever prompt to oil her words, and she flatters with irony, deriding the iniquitous lips. She is ever prompt to oil her words, and she flatters with iron. God damn it. All right, give me a second. God, save it. Save this sentence. She is ever prompt to oil her words, and she flatters with irony, deriding with iniquitous lips. Her heart is set up as a snare, and her kidneys or affections as fowler's nests. Her eyes are defiled with iniquity. Her hands have seized hold of the pit. Her legs go down to work wickedness and to walk in wrongdoings. She is the foundation of darkness, and a multitude of sins is in her skirts. She, the darkness of night, and her garments, her clothes, are shades of twilight, and her ornaments plagues of corruption. Her couches are beds of corruption. Her couches are beds. In her missing text, depths of the pit. Her inns are couches of the darkness, and her dominions in the midst of the night. She pitches her dwelling on the foundations of darkness. She abides in the tents of silence. Amid everlasting fire is her inheritance. God, sucks to be the harlot, dude. Not among those who shine brightly. She is the beginning of all the ways of iniquity. Woe and disaster to all who possess her, and desolation to all who hold her. For her ways are ways of death, and her paths are roads of sin, and her tracks are pathways to iniquity. In her by ways are rebellious wrongdoings. Her gates are gates of death. He basically just said that. And from the entrance of the house she sets out toward the underworld. None of those who enter there will ever return, and all who possess her will descend to the pit. She lies in wait in secret places. In the city's squares she veils herself. She veils herself. And she stands at the gates of towns. She will never rest from whoring. Her eyes glance hither and thither. She lifts her eyelids naughtily to stare at a virtuous man and join him, and an important man to trip him up, and upright men to pervert their way, and the righteous elect to keep them from the commandment, at the firmly established to bring them down wantingly, and those who walk in uprightness to alter the statute, to cause the humble to rebel against God, and turn their steps away from the ways of justice, to bring insolence to their heart, so that they may march no more in the paths of uprightness, to lead men astray to the ways of the pit, and seduce with flatteries every son of man. I'm going to let you pause and think about that. I had a lot of thoughts. I'm just going to move on to the next one because it's not 2 yet. And so this thing is enticing. Every time you flip a page, it's like, God, what are you trying to say? All right. Exhortation to seek wisdom. Let me make sure this isn't long as hell. If it's long as hell, then we can't do it. We can do it. Oh, we can do it. There we go. Large fragments of a wisdom. So this is an introduction by Giza. He's explaining this fragment, this manuscript. Large fragments of a wisdom poem in which a teacher encourages his people, his sons, quote, the simple, to search for wisdom have been preserved in cave 4. The script. I can't see nothing, dog. So my friend sent me, he's like, can you see what I said? Discord notification. Alright, we're just going through the introduction. Bear with me. Oh. So, is the chat not working, dude? I'm trying to figure out if the chat's working or not. It doesn't look like it's working because nothing's in there and people are telling me. My boy is telling me. I cannot see the chat, my boy. No chat. Well, yeah. No, they're trying to stop us from communicating. Goddamn Google. Goddamn YouTube. Look into it. That Epstein guy. Not Epstein, but that Epstein guy. The most recent Joe Rogan podcast, bro. I don't listen to a lot of Joe Rogan, but that last one with Mr. Epstein. The Google and the YouTube, the internet, we all know what they're doing. We know what they're doing. They're watching. All right, I'm just getting some like confirmation on video audio real quick. Video audio good? Wait, he's probably like watching me text him right now. That's crazy. Yeah, we're fucking off. Something's off, but I'm just gonna keep going, multitask. My cat's climbing through the light right now. Exhortation to seek wisdom. So this is like probably something we can all do. We need to exhort ourselves to seek wisdom. Glory be to God. Whatever Kanye said. Glory. And you, sons of men, woe to you, for he, quote, man, parentheses man, sprouts from his ground like grass, and his grace blossoms like a flower. His glory blows away, and his grass dries up. What does that mean? And the wind carries away its flower, so that it is found no more. They shall seek him, but shall not find him, and there is no hope for him. And his days are like a shadow over the earth. Now pray, hearken to me, my people, heed me, O you simple. Become wise through the might of night. Become wise through the might of God. Excuse me. Remember his miracles, which he did in Egypt. You know what happened in Egypt, right? Old Testament. Aliens. They talk to the people through the smoke and the fires. Go back and read it. His marvels in the land of Ham. Let your heart shake because of his fear, and do his will. Your souls, missing text, your souls according to his good graces, and search for yourself a way towards life, a highway towards a remnant for your sons after you. And why have you given up your soul to vanity? Judgment? ? Hearken to me, O my sons, and do not rebel against the words of Yahweh. Do not walk, but in the way he established by Jacob. And in the path which he decreed for Isaac. Is one day not better? Missing text, his fear, and not to be afflicted by dread and the fowler's net, to be set apart from his angels, for there is no darkness nor gloom. And you, what do you understand? Before him, evil shall go towards every people. Happy is the man to whom wisdom has been given thus. Missing text, the evil, nor the wicked boast, saying, it has not been given me, nor for God gave it to Israel, and with a good measure he measures it. And he will redeem all his people, and he will put to death those who hate his wisdom. Goddamn Vishnu. Seek her and find her. Grasp her and possess her. With her is length of days and fatness of bone, the joy of the heart, and happy is the man who works it. Missing text. Who does not seek it? Missing text. Of deceit, nor holds to it with flatteries. As it has belonged to his fathers, so will he inherit it, and hold fast to it with all the strength of his might and all his immeasurable, missing text, and he shall cause his offspring to inherit it. I know how to labor for good. God inspects all chambers of the womb, and he tries all its inward parts. God shapes the tongue and knows its words. God makes the hand and understands their deeds. ? There's a question mark at the very end. That's funny. Man, all I could think about was cunning linguists. In the end, 3 parts there. God inspects all chambers of the womb and tries all its inward parts. God shapes the tongue and knows its words. God makes the hand and understands their deeds. Obviously, it's there's a higher meaning to it than cunning linguists. But yeah, all praise to the Creator. Glory be to God. May you be kept within the providence of God. May you and your families be safe. May you be fed. May you have peace and comfort. May you have felicity and joy. And I pray the best for everybody in the world. Um, I don't know how to end these things. Basically, nobody really knows what the fuck is going on, and we just gotta put our trust in a higher power, because it's not just about the power being higher than you, it's about it being sentient, highly intelligent, and it having basically really good advice and information which has the power to enrich our lives. And so, God, we know that you are the greatest, and we humbly ask that you make us great alongside of you, and we be the next greatest image of who you truly see us as. I think that covers it. Thank you all for joining me here in the reading of the Dead Sea Scrolls, the Seductress, the Non-Canonical Psalms, and the Exhortation of Wisdom. Have a grand existence.